Yeah, unfortunately we didn't win the one yesterday. Aine O'Gorman is with us to talk about what happened yesterday. Aine, I don't know, there's an awful sense of this is how Irish sport works. We concede late goals in key qualifying matches, and we've done it in all sports all down through the years. And yet at the same time, the women yesterday really should have had that game wrapped up just after half time. They had another chance to make it 2-0.
Yeah, I think so, and I think not getting that second goal then kind of killed it a little bit. And I think as the game went on, and it was such a sucker punch in the 92nd minutes to concede, but as the game went on, it was like we dropped off and then just played into Greece's hands, and they just started to dominate the game, and you could just get a real sense of they're going to score here now. And I think it's really disappointing because it's a game that you want to win, you're expected to win, you should win, and look, we're not out of the qualifying campaign yet, but look, it's a bit of an uphill battle now.
Vera Pauw made a change at half-time, but she didn't make another change until she brought Stephanie Roach on with 6-7 minutes left. When that momentum had swung and the inevitability started that Greece were going to score, did you think there was anything she could have done differently to sort of get momentum back in Ireland's favour?
Yeah, I think Greece played the game very well, I thought, from start to finish. In the first half, they were just nailing our players. They were getting really stuck in. There wasn't probably as many yellow cards as they should have been. They targeted the likes of Denise O'Sullivan, Katie McCabe. We took a few, and they just really took that momentum out of the game. And then it was like we never really took possession. We never really took the game by the scruff of the neck. And I think fatigue just was a factor towards the end of the game as well. And we dropped back in. Nifahi was dropping into a back five. They pushed 5 players forward as well. And then I think we just started to lose that midfield battle that Nifahi and Jamie Finn had dominated in the first half. And there was a shot that was blocked by Louise Quinn's head just before the goal went in. So, yeah, it's just disappointing, I think. And obviously they're not taking their chances. Denise had a great chance. She made herself. And then shortly after that, Amber played one across the goal, and on another day they go into the back of the net, and it's a game of fine margins.
The clip that we played there, Lisa Fallon said that for the last long time, this Ireland team have really been about defending and hitting on the break, but that Vera Pauw believes that there's more in the team. What's the truth about the playing squad at the minute, in your estimation? On you know them all very well. You've seen the style of play over the last couple of years. Are we a counter-attack team, and is that the best thing for us to do, or should we be trying to do something a bit different?
No, I think I think it was proven against Ukraine that in that convincing performance. I know we conceded goals that were really soft goals. We handed them to them on a plate, really, and we came back and fought well. And look, I think we have the players that can play football. You have your Katie McCabe, Denise O'Sullivan, world class. Anna Jarrett was up front, and you seen yesterday then Amber Barrett came in from Anna Jarrett, had a good game as well. Heather Payne, who was missing, had a great game in the wing, and the likes of Emily Whelan coming through as well. And we just need to play with a little less fear, but I think that fear started to creep into the game as it went on, and we were only holding on that 1-0, and we didn't get the second goal to kill off the game.
Vera Pauw was talking afterwards about the amount of players that were missing, and you touched on some of them there. I know there were players missing through injury. There was a strange situation where a couple of players weren't being released by the colleges over in America, and how, particularly in those closing stages where you want that little bit of depth and where maybe you want those options off the bench, they weren't there for. Is that how you'd see it? That actually, if all those players were available, there probably would have been a different result?
It's hard to tell, isn't it? It was obviously a difficult away fixture as well, and I think that the players were there to win that game as well. And I just think as the game dwindled on, that we probably didn't play out the game as well and take a hold of the game like we should have, and just slow things down a little bit more just to close it out. And yeah, there were still 2 changes made. Julianne came off at half-time because she got a yellow card, and Kiva Keenan went in right back, and then Stephanie came off because Amber Barrett was injured towards the end as well, and we just didn't manage to close the game out. And whether it was different personnel there or not, it's hard to know. If maybe would have been a different result.
People are obviously very disappointed with the result, because it means that any chances Ireland had of qualifying automatically, well, it's a real long shot now, probably going to have to go towards a playoff. But from a player's point of view, do you think they would have always had in their heads that a playoff was the more likely option when you are in a group with Germany, who are just this team that are demolishing pretty much everybody in front of them? You look at some of the scorelines they've been racking up against other teams in the group. Is a playoff still a good result out of this group? Yeah,
I think so, definitely. I think when you look at the group, you're always going to, with the result against Germany, really becomes irrelevant, and you're looking at really your second seed, which is Ukraine, which we managed to beat last month. So I think that's what's even harder to take, that we put ourselves in that really good position. and then you go away to Greece, a team that you need to get 3 points off, and you drop 2 points. So when you beat Ukraine, you're thinking, oh, maybe we can get an automatic one of the best 3 finishers and go through straight away without getting a playoff. But look, in hindsight, a playoff is still a great result, and it's still a massive possibility to qualify then.
Yeah, how do they make sure now that the squad don't take this to heart too much and actually don't lose any sense of opportunity that they still have? What will the playing group be saying to each other, and what will Vera Pauw be saying?
I think that they still have to remain positive. They still have to play Greece again, and that's the next game in March, so everyone will be well up for that, for redemption, to redeem themselves. Like I said yesterday, it probably felt like a loss when you lose, and it was like a victory to Greece. So, look, and as well, Greece still have to play Ukraine twice too, so who knows whether they'll take points off them as the second seed as well.
What about your situation, Anya? Obviously, you stepped away from the international team, but now there's a new manager in there. People will have seen you play in the cup final, play very well. Certainly seems as though you'd be more than capable of being in that squad. Is it something you've thought about, a return?
Yeah, well, obviously it is always in the back of my mind as well, and it does eat away at me at times as well. So, look, I enjoyed my club football and enjoy my little break now at the moment, so we'll see what happens. I don't know the answer to that question. Everyone's asking me that.
Is Vera Pauw asking you? That's the most important thing.
Sorry?
Is Vera Pauw asking you? That's the most important thing.
I've met Vera and I've had a chat with her previously as well, and I got on quite well with her as well. But look, I don't know if I'm ready to go back to international football right yet, but we'll see what happens.